All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Bluechip Breakdown. I am your host, Bull, and man, we just flipped Kamari Blair in state. Very talented offensive tackle. I think that he could play guard too. Just very versatile. Of course, we're going to be jumping inside the film room and talking about his game some, but this is a big one just because even at the time that he chose South Carolina, I said, man, I think that he might have been the best player that was left as far as offensive lineman on Tennessee's big board. Well, maybe not, maybe like outside of Darius Gray, I think there might be some kind of like implications with Darius Gray based off of this. But I feel like he would have been the best player that we've added to this class, or that we could have. But you can see that he is a 4-star player, and he's listed at 6'6", 280 pounds. You want the guys to be lean, okay? You want them to have a good skill set, which he has all of those things. Once they come up on campus, y'all please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This is a big one, okay? He is very, very good. And I'm also going to show y'all, we've got a couple other things that we'll talk about here. So really, really quickly, let me show y'all this, right? This is how Tennessee's class breaks down for 2026. He's an offensive tackle, so I got him in there. We know I have 1 5-star and 2 4-stars playing at offensive tackle. And I had kind of like touched on, I think that this might have some implications with Darius Gray. What I'm thinking is Darius Gray is probably going to be choosing South Carolina. It sounds like they're going to let him play at offensive tackle. That might be part of the reason that Blair wanted to flip to us. But he is an in-state kid. I think that his parents might be military, so he's traveled around. But he did talk about distance being a factor for him. He's probably not going to come out and say, well, Darius Gray is coming to play offensive tackle, so now I don't want to go there. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, so please don't kill me for saying that. But either way, all that matters is Tennessee got our guy, okay? He's very, very good. Let me get to some of these chats real quick. We'll also take a look at Tennessee's overall class with On 3. So the first one is from David Speaks. David, thank you for joining us. Thank you for always chiming in. Yeah, man. So keys, that would be huge. Actually, you know what? I'm following what the insiders say with this class. Felt like last week there was some rumblings about maybe somebody choosing Tennessee this week. I felt like that was going to be Tristan Keys, but now that it's Blair, I'm thinking maybe the staff knew that that was coming. So, or maybe not even just the staff, but the insiders. But we could still end up flipping Tristan Keys pretty soon. I have a feeling that that might still be trending. So yeah, that's a really good point right there, David. And this one right here is saying that yeah, man, 10,000 subs. So again, y'all please make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure that you are subscribed. We have enough viewers now on this channel that we should definitely have at least 10,000 subs. So some of y'all are watching all the time. Actually, there's a lot of people that are watching all the time that are not subbed. I'm not mad at you for it. I'm just saying, go ahead and click that button. That helps us out in a major way. And David is saying that the offensive line is stacked. Yes, sir, it is. And we're going to take a look at this whole class in just a second. Carolina jackpot is going to blow a fuse. That's funny, man. Yeah, I mean, it just makes the most sense. Like, why wouldn't you want to come play for the best? Like, why would you want to go play for South Carolina? Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so David already knows. All right, so let me bring y'all back, man. Let me go ahead and get this thing right, and then we're going to switch over, and we're going to take a look at Tennessee's class. So what we're talking about here, y'all, is a total of, well, is it still saying 23 commits at 57% blue chip ratio, which is what I had on mine. I actually got it from here. I don't know that they've updated those numbers. I think that maybe it should be like 24 commits, and I don't know what the blue chip ratio does. It might go up some, but either way, we're doing a much better job. Obviously, we got Faison Brandon. It's kind of like headlining this whole class. We went out and got my guy, Moa. Could not wait to land him. And then we also got Joel Wyatt. My goodness, y'all, this class is ridiculous. Braden Rouse, TJ White, Tyreek King. Come on now. Oh, man. And then I think that this young man right here, I think that he can do some good things. He might still be kind of like new to playing football, but he is teammates with a very talented running back in 2027. Maybe he can help us to land him since we missed out on Savion Hyder. But Zach Groves, I mean, he's only like 15 or 16, but I mean, he's a stud. I mean, it's just so on and so forth, right? And then this is Blair right here. You can see that he's he's definitely top 10 in this class. But yeah, very, very talented class that Tennessee signed, or hopefully will sign all these guys. So we have to watch out for some of these players to maybe flip. But I think that we're going to be able to hold on to most of them. Who else is left? It's really just Tristan Keys. I think that he's the only player that's actually left at Tennessee, would seriously. I mean, there might be some other guys that we would try to add, but that's the last big fish that's kind of left. And then we also have Tristan Givens, who, he's could be like a Leo. I think that it's a must that Tennessee adds a really good Leo player to this class. We feel like they maybe come in and start as a freshman. He's one of the guys who could do it. We have Hazy Harris, who chose Auburn, but he's probably I think that we could flip him as well. There's just a lot of very positive things going on with this class, and we already know that we do a lot more with less. But just talking about Blair here on film, what I like is that he's a really good athlete, okay? So he's got the length, okay? He's got long arms, moves very well, quick feet. He's strong, and with him being like a military kid, you know that he's going to understand how to take coaching, how to listen and do pretty much what you're told. You know what I'm saying? So I know that he's going to be coachable. Coach E, I feel like he does a good job with our offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like we've got several players that have come up, and they just look really talented. They're still young, but he can fit into a very young offensive line. Can he play for us as a freshman? I don't think that we're going to need him to, but he might be good enough. I mean, obviously, he's got to gain some weight. Like, you could look at Jesse Perry, who's a guy that came up at about the same weight, but now he's like 320. He looks like a grown man. I think that, Blair, very, very similar from that standpoint, and also with the versatility. Let him play at guard or let him play at tackle. Like, move him around some. He could be one of those swing players that takes over once Jesse Perry leaves. But I think that before Jesse Perry leaves, we might actually see Blair getting out on the field. So doing a great job. It always starts with the trenches. Can we hold up with the pass pro? He's a guy that all of that looks good, but also with the run blocking, I think that he's kind of like next level. I'm not going to give him a full grade right now, but I think that he might still be underrated. Like, he's a 4-star, but he might not be rated as high as he should be as a 4-star. I love his game. Really love his makeup. And, once I started to go deeper into his film, maybe like a month or two ago, P and I, we're going through, we was both like, man, he looks like he's the guy. So yeah, this is huge. I mean, do not get it twisted. This is big for our Tennessee Volunteers. And let's go ahead and get to some more of these chats. All right, so this one is saying that we'll keep on going after Gray. Yeah, I mean, maybe it will. This is the one thing that I will say, okay, about Darius Gray and about Savion Hyder, both very talented players. I think that they can do some good things. Darius Gray, if he wants to play a tackle, I don't think that his ceiling is as high as it, could be at tackle as it would be at guard. I think he could also play defense for us, like a tackle. Very twitchy, but he just doesn't have the length that you want playing at tackle. I don't really see that. Guards, typically, you can find really good guards. They're gonna have help. Like tackles, they get isolated, but guards and centers, they have help, so they don't need to be world beaters. Does it help if they are? 100%, but you coach those guys up. We've done a good job with our guards. The problem with Tennessee's offensive line has not been at guard. It's mostly been at tackle. Like, if you look at last year, I think our best two offensive linemen were actually Cooper Mays and probably Andre Carrick, who, I mean, if some of y'all been part of this channel for a long time, y'all have seen me talk about Carrick. So he came from Texas. He was like their third offensive tackle, kind of like a big tight end, like a blocking tight end. That's what he played. It might not have had the highest ceiling playing at tackle, but at guard, we knew that he could be really good. Maybe it's similar things with Darius Gray. So would you want to allocate that much funds to a player that you could probably get similar play from someone else for probably like a quarter of the cost? Same thing with Savion Hyder. Yeah, we want to add as many good players as we possibly can. But this system, running backs, they're going to get theirs. That's going to happen. And then you stay fresher. If he wants to go play at Michigan and let them run him into the dirt, and I'm not taking a shot at him, but that's on him. Like, that's just what he wants to do. I wish him well. I sincerely do. But Tennessee's going to be perfectly fine in 2027. There's plenty more players that play running back that Tennessee can also add. But I'm just, the whole point here, y'all, is that it's very similar with Darius Gray and Savion Hyder. That price point might be a little bit, honestly, too high from kind of like a common sense standpoint with how Tennessee's offense works, okay? So I don't know that we really need to do those types of things, but I do think that that's a good point. They probably won't let up off of him if they say, hey, this is our guy. And then this one right here is from David saying that I don't think that Gray will come here because he wants early playing time. Yeah, that's another thing. We're very deep with our guards and really even maybe a tackle. Several players there, I don't see him getting on the field as a freshman, playing at guard or maybe playing at guard, but not playing at tackle. I don't really see that happening. And this one is saying moving towards a top 10 class. Yeah, so we didn't even look. We are sitting at number 12 right now. So Carolina Jackpot is saying that this means that we're getting Darius Gray. Yeah, I think that you are exactly right on that, and that's a big win for y'all. If y'all are gonna let him play at tackle, we'll see. I will also say this: I think that Coach Beamer has done a really good job with that offensive line. I think he's done a great job with the team. I don't know where he's finding some of those players at, but South Carolina last year, they really shocked me just because they have so many guys that are dudes. They're big, they're fast, they're physical, and I think that he's building something pretty special. But I am waiting to see y'all again. I wish we could have played y'all this year. Maybe not so much last year, but this season, yeah, and then or maybe next year, because we need some get back from that game when Hendon Hooker got injured. Man, I'm still not right about that one. So this one right here, he's saying be nice. All right, and this one from Lofton is saying, why didn't they go after the 5-star? Well, why don't we go after other 5-star receivers and running backs? Well, so running back is not a spot that Tennessee really needs too many players at right now. If you think about it, Star Thomas, he's going to be gone. If you're looking at maybe Bishop, he could also leave. And I think that if he gets the chance, if he has a good year, then he does leave. But running backs are like a dime a dozen. You can go out to the portal, just like we did last year with Star Thomas, who saw some good things on film. But you could tell that even Coach Heupel, he was like, man, he just looks totally different. What that means, y'all, is that our coaching staff coaches these guys up. Coach Sims knows what he's doing. He's going to get a lot more. And I don't want to necessarily say out of less, but he's going to get the most out of these players. You don't really need, like, that's not a need for our system. We don't need a 5-star running back. But yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to have one. As far as wide receivers, I think that we went after other guys, but right now everything is all about Tristan Keys. Tennessee is, I mean, we're going to end up flipping them at some point. It's just a matter of when, not if. So yeah, I mean, I think that Tennessee's going to be fine from that standpoint. You know what I mean? And then this one right here, yeah, man, I think that we're doing better and better every single year. What's a gasket? And this one right here is from my dog, G. White. He's saying, okay, nowadays we all got to spend the money to keep him. Yeah, man, it's like you get him up on campus, but you got to keep him happy too. So it's, there's several layers to it. But we also will have a video that comes out probably within like the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. I just got done making that video, and I'm ready to like put that out. But we're breaking down Tennessee's schedule, so we hope that all of y'all will catch that as well. I'm gonna go through and give you like a quick little rundown on each game, week by week, and tell you what I think Tennessee's gonna do. But I feel like this staff is doing a great job. It's all about the trenches on offense, defense. Man, we are adding the players that we need. So we're going to be good, I think, for a long time. We can always go add some skill guys. Yeah, you need some difference makers, especially, like with this scheme playing at wide receiver. We're adding those types of players, and we're just young, at that spot right now. This right here from Matt SS is saying that we weren't getting great. Anyways, flipping Blair is huge. Boom. Yeah, I think that that's a good point. I do feel like there was a point that Tennessee was in a great spot for Darius Gray. But if he came out, it might have been South Carolina, could have been some other programs too, that said, hey, we're going to let you play at offensive tackle. The amount of money that players make playing at tackle versus offensive guard, it's really big. So once they hear that, of course, they're going to probably go to the program that lets them do that. So, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not knocking any of these young guys, man. I hope that they all do well. I want them to all get their money. I want them to all make it to the NFL and just do great things. I just don't want them to have the best games versus us. That's all that I'm asking. But Tennessee, we've got things set up. We're doing a really, really nice job. And I'm going to get to these last few, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Yeah, man. So Dobbs versus Dart. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. Obviously, this is week 0. So I can't wait for college football. I really haven't watched too much NFL football for, man, it's been a while. And then also, too, I don't know if y'all seen that, the show, I think it's on Netflix with the Cowboys. Y'all got to watch that. That is really good. And is not what, this eases the, okay, yeah. I think so. It's a great get. Yes, ma'am. All right. So listen, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us. We just wanted to do this one live because we got to get some other videos out today, but hope that y'all will join us for those as well. Please make sure to like and